Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League Spike Magazine Trophy. We're in week number 3. We've got a pretty interesting game for you tonight. We've got a team up that I haven't seen too much of. I'm excited to see how this team plays, and it's in the hands of a coach who is brand new to the league. Tonight, we're going to have Conspicuous Disunion versus the Gastonburg Cavaliers, Chime versus Eagle TSI. It's going to be Necro versus OWA, the Old World Alliance. See that very quick Old World Alliance graphic I put in there? I forgot to make one properly. We'll fix that going forward. All right, let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at the two teams this evening. The ogre was missing half his head, but I don't think anyone would have noticed unless if I didn't point it out. Anyway, in Division A, we've got the NC Snakes in first place. They're coached by Moob. They're a Dark Elf team. They're 2-0-0 here in week number 3, with Tizzle Bizzle in second place, coaching the Tizork Savage Boys. They're an Orc team, also undefeated. They're 1-1-0. And Festoon's MAML Nightmare, they're in third place, a Necro team, also 1-1-0. Over in Division B, we have Berserker Tempest's Vesuvian Lavabacks in first place. They're a Lizardman team. They're 2-0-1 with 6 points at the top of the leaderboard, with Ian's the Discomancers in second place. They're a Necro team. They're 1-1-0. And the Remnants of Valor, coached by S. Beaver, is a human team, and they are 1-1-1 in third place. And over in Division C, we have Spire's Philosopher's Song in first place. They're a Lizardman team. They're 2-0-0. And Ajax's Fishy Fiends in second place. They're a Chaos Renegades team. They're 1-1-0. And they are followed very closely behind by one touchdown, in fact, by Old Gamer Mike and the Goodest Boys Strike Back. They're a Necro team. And they are 1-1-0 as well. Silent prayer to Nuffle. The home team this evening will be Conspicuous Disunion. They have 6, 11, 12, 13 players on this roster. That's going to bring their TV to 1,410,000 gold. They have both Flesh Golems. They have both Wraiths. They have 2 Ghoul Runners. They have 2 Werewolves and a bunch of linemen. All 7 dedicated fans and 3 rerolls for this team. They're going to be up against the OWA tonight, the Gastonburg Cavaliers, coached by league newcomer Eagle TSI. They have 12 players on the roster. The number 11 player will not be participating this evening due to an injury. That's Hughes, the rookie lineman there wearing number 11. Does have a thrower, a catcher, a couple of blitzers, a Troll Slayer, a Treeman, and of course a Halfling Hopeful, 1 Apothecary, 1 dedicated fan, 2 rerolls. Their TVs at 950,000 gold. That's a whopping 460,000 gold, I think, if I did my math right. That's a lot of money. We'll talk about what he might do with that in just a second. But let's talk about the home team before we talk about the OWA. The home team here, not MAML Nightmare, Conspicuous Disunion. We've seen Necro a lot in this league, and at this point, we're all very familiar with how this works, right? These 2 werewolves, these 2 ghoul runners, these are the only pieces that carry that ball. Why? These zombies are very slow. The flesh golems, very slow. The wraiths, they're not so slow, but they don't have any hands. So it comes down to these 4 players right here, these werewolves. Very, very good. Both are blodgers. They have claw, frenzy. One has tackle as well. Big Bob Oakley, a very scary player on the field tonight. MA8 is super duper fast. Claw's going to treat everybody's AV as an 8+ with frenzy, with block, and one of these werewolves even has tackle. This is a piece that's going to remove players this evening. The Wraiths, very good harassment blitzers, and of course the Ghoul Runners, very fast. They're both, they start with dodge. One's a blodger. Very well kitted out so far here. Oh, did he pick up a kicker? Yes, he's got a kicker as well on number 7. Randomed into that kicker, in fact. Kicker, an underutilized skill in my opinion, has a dirty player here in Sea Beast as well. This is a piece you've got to, as an opponent of a Necro team, you've got to focus down on those Ghoul Runners and those Werewolves, but you have to do so in such a way that those Werewolves are not murdering you and getting behind you, that those Ghoul Runners are not getting behind you. It can be a little bit of a tricky dance. Good positioning with the Wraiths means that these Werewolves and the Ghoul Runners are going to be safe, and those Werewolves are going to be removing players. 8+, rolling 4 dice, maybe 6 dice with block and tackle. Can you ask for anything more? Well, of course you can ask for more. You can ask for Mighty Blow. But very, very, very strong pieces that puts big targets on their backs. And if they're exposed, they're going to be not just blocked down, but I think against this OWA team in particular with that halfling, I think they're going to be fouled. I think that's a given. So Chime really has to protect these 4 players and can do so with a very solid roster here. This kicker can be used to great effect depending on how the game plays out. It'll be much more effective against a very, very slow team or a very, very fast team. Against OWA, it could still be effective if perhaps Chime is up by a touchdown with a couple of turns left. Just kick that ball all the way into their end zone and just make them run all 26 spaces to try to tie up that ball game. OWA is an interesting team. I haven't seen a lot of it in play. I'm very interested to see how it works out here for Eagle TSI this evening. You can see it is mostly a human team with a little bit of extra, right? They've got some dwarves. They've got a treeman as well. So they're like humans that are a little bit more bashy like dwarves, but also a little slower like dwarves. And of course, they have that massive big guy in that treeman. This is a team, you can see they have the human thrower, they have the human catcher. Very standard human thrower and catcher, except of course for the animosity. The positionals on this team kind of hate each other. All the humans hate the dwarves and hate the halflings. The halfling also hates the dwarves, but also hates the humans. And that means that if they try to give that ball to one of those players, whether that's a handoff or a pass, you got to roll a d6. And as we saw with El Nubarina's team last night, if you roll a 1, you refuse to give the ball up. So that could come into play here tonight. That human thrower almost certainly going to be the receiver on the kickoff, and is going to keep that passing game alive with the human thrower and the human catcher. You'll probably see the thrower and the catcher not bunched up too much. That catcher is going to be the passing threat. It doesn't just have to be a passing threat when you, let's say you have your human thrower at center field. You throw your human catcher to a wide zone or maybe down pitch. Sure, that's a passing threat, and the defense has to cover that, and that's very advantageous. But you can also use that catcher to get the assist to set up that next cage for your running game. So these catchers are very, very good. They have the dodge skill, they have the catch skill, just like humans. The blitzers, just like humans, they have the block skill, MA7. They're very, very good. The dwarves here, he has a dwarf blitzer with an MA of 5, has the block skill, thick skull, AV 10+, pretty solid, a little slow. Does have the Troll Slayer as well. The Troll Slayer has frenzy, has block, has dauntless. Dauntless means he's going to take his strength, add a d6 to it, and if that beats his opponent's strength, he gets to treat his strength as equal. So imagine you're going up against a big guy. Not going to be such a factor, not going to be a terribly big factor in tonight's game. The only high strength pieces are the strength 4 pieces and those flesh columns. But let's say you're going up against a strength 6 piece, right? Like a treeman. You take your strength, you roll a d6. If you get a 7 out of that, a 4+, now your strength is a strength 6. And 1 assist is going to give you that 2 die block. So that can come into play as the season goes on. But still, block with frenzy is fantastic to have on this roster. That treeman, we've seen these treemen really hold down the fort. AV11 makes it very, very difficult to remove them. But remember, those werewolves are in play, and they're going to treat everybody's AV as if it's an 8+. They have that mighty strength of 6. Mighty blow gives them a +1 to their armor or their injury roll. They, of course, can throw the halfling for a touchdown. They have that strong arm that gives them the +1. They also have Timber, very similar to a halfling team, where if they get knocked down, they can leverage assists to get a +1 on the stand-up roll. So that's important as well. This is a team I think that's pretty tricky to run. This is a team where you're a human team with less speed, right? You don't have all 4 of those blitzers. You've got a little bit more bash, but the value of humans, right, is that they're a jack of all trades. They can do whatever they need to do to counter their opponent. I think OWA a little less so. They're going to have to be a little bit more punchy in this match. Oh, there's 2 games going on. A little bit more punchy in this matchup. And that can be tricky. That means it's going to come down to positioning if Eagle TSI wants a victory out of this. Key positioning to really not just control pitch on offense, but to also keep a target on the backs of those werewolves and those ghouls is going to be critical. With just 2 rerolls, it's going to be even tougher to do. But he's getting 460,000 gold in petty cash. Of course, that could be a Morg. If not a Morg, it could be a Griff and a Cindy Pie Whistle. If he wants to drop down Griff by like 20k, he could pick up a Zug and a Cindy and a Wizard even. Lots of options with 460k. He could go in on the bribes and use that halfling to just step on people's faces. That's an option as well. Boot Polish, Electrics Man, Ajax the Riot, BB Nut, Black Wolf 82. Welcome all to the stream here. I gotta tell you, Death Stranding 2 is out. I played about 30 minutes of it, and all I want to do is play that game. But it's going to be very late until I can play it. We've got this game, 460k. Oh, man, how's he going to... He's going to go with Ivar Eriksson here. So this is a strength 4 piece. Where is he? Where are you at, buddy? Here he is. He's a strength 4 piece. He's got block. He's got tackle. He's got guard as well. MA6 isn't bad. Going to go with Ivar and Cindy Pie Whistle. Also has a couple of kegs and an assistant coach. He's going to pick up 2 assistant coaches and a cheerleader as well. So he gets a +2 on the brilliant coaching result. He has a +1 praying to Nuffle on the cheering fans result. He's going to pick up the 2 star players, one of which is a secret weapon. So we've got, yeah, Mail Service Simulator 2. That's right. So we've got this game. I've got my meeting at 8:30. Then I have to play my Blood Bowl game. And then I can play Death Stranding 2. Conspicuous Disunion is going to win the coin toss here. Clear skies for this matchup. BBNet says, I was watching Jacksepticeye play it, and it feels more like Gears of War, or Metal Gear Solid. Well, I mean, it's a Kojima game. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for this game. All right, Conspicuous Disunion is going to choose to be on defense to start. Remember, they have that kicker. They have the kicker right here. Kicker can't be here, can't be here, and can't be here. In order to use the kick skill, that is. I mean, I love Metal Gear and the remake of Metal Gear 3, Metal Gear Solid Delta, or Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid Delta comes out in a couple of months, I think. That's true. You can't be on the sideline. He's the kick skill. Drawing death will start. All right, the 2 werewolves back with the 2 ghouls. 3 on the line. Those 2 flesh columns will stand firm. The outer linebackers giving up those wide zones to this slower team. 3 on the line currently for the Gastonburg Cavaliers. Just the one back to receive with the kicker. Sometimes you'll see coaches set up a pair of kickoff return players when they have that kicker. That kicker makes that kick so much more accurate. If you set up just the one, they can kick it into the corner, and then you're going to waste a turn picking up the ball. But the Cavaliers really want that ball. Well, looks like they might be changing their mind here. But yeah, there's that second player back to receive. So they have the catcher and the thrower. Really want to get that ball to the thrower, if at all possible, with that sure hands roll. But naturally, Conspicuous Disunion is going to be well aware of that and probably kick to the catcher side. Four on the line for the Cavaliers currently. They have that big tree guy. The negative trait for the tree guy is that they may take root when they activate the roll of d6. If they roll a 1, they are stuck there for the rest of the drive unless they get knocked down. If they get knocked down, they will no longer be rooted. So Cindy Pie Whistle not taking to the pitch here on offense, but Ivar Eriksson will. Ivar, again, that's strength 4 piece with MA6, tackle, block, and guard. Here's the kick. So with that kick skill, he gets to choose the deviation here. Oh, it's going to be a pitch invasion. Doesn't like catcher. Doesn't like Zombie Zeke Jr. Not Zombie Zeke Jr. Doesn't like the Treeman. Boy. Well, that's right. All the dedicated fans are for Conspicuous Disunion. They don't like this team so much. Unfortunate that the tree got knocked out. Remember, that tree doesn't have enough MA to stand up on his own. So on turn 2, we'll have to roll a die to do so. Can get assists thanks to the timber trait. Sounds like water. Where's the water coming from? Two-die block on the right defensive end to get the game started. Gets a knockdown here. Very long legs. The number 4 Dwarf Blitzer on the block. Got the armor break. Gets a stun. Where is the water coming from? Do you hear that? It's like waves lapping. Right tackle's going to shift over to the left here to lend an assist against the Caveman into double skulls. Just 2 rerolls on this roster. Is he going to spend it here? Tarek says, quick, check your bathroom. Does spend it, gets the POW out of this. Down to 1 reroll for the half. How long do you think it's going to be before she just trips and breaks her ankle? I mean, 10 minutes, maybe, at most? Welcome to the stream, Tarek79. Good to have you. All right, after taking the blocks, repositioning here to cover the ball. So the Cavaliers will have to be mindful of the speed on this Necro roster. If they shrink this offense too much, these ghouls and these werewolves will start to apply pressure on the cage. She's very skilled. She can dance all game. We'll see. We'll see. My money says she falls and breaks her neck. Ball in the hands of the thrower on the 16-yard line. Tarek79 with the sub. Thank you very, very much for your generosity. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Turn 1 now for Conspicuous Disunion. They're going to take some marks on the line. That's all right. The apothecary is standing by right next to her. Two-die blitz by the wolf. Gets the knockdown here. Remember, this is an 8+ due to claws. Oh, gets a frenzy. Gets a push. Is going to frenzy follow-up. Then gets a knockdown. Trying to move this player out of position. Very well done by Chime. Tark79 says, I like Blood Bowl, but I love the role-playing aspect of it, and you're doing a great job about that. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That is, in my opinion, a lot of the fun of many Games Workshop games. Look at this. Watch when she spins, too. I have a bone to pick here. Watch when she spins. See that? See how she's spilling beer? Eventually, there's going to be none left. Like, come on. Be a professional. Two-die block gets a push here. And that'll be the turn. Not overcommitting on the defense. Turn 2 now for the Cavaliers. They're down to 1 reroll for the half. This pitch looks like my yard if I was responsible for my yard. Like, I can't. This would be what? But it would have these fancy flags. Everything's dying, but I'll have the fancy flags. .107 on the clock here for the Cavaliers. They're going to stand up the catcher. These catchers very, very fast. They have an MA8. They're just like human catchers, except, of course, for their animosity toward their fellow dwarf and halfling teammates. Festoon, welcome to the stream. Festoon doing the coaches a favor this evening and reducing the rush failure rate from 900%. That is the new rule in the Blood Bowl rulebook. You can look it up. 900% down to 99%. How kind and thoughtful. 2-die blitz over on the left side of the line here. We'll get a push. This will be a we'll get a knockdown, but probably a stand. Well, I don't know if he'll stand firm here or not. Yeah, he's going to decide to stand firm. So he will not get pushed back. Will get knocked down. It's a 10 plus to break armor. Doesn't get it. And now the ball is going to move forward to the 8. Two-die block against Cuthbert Crawls, the number 11 Wraith. The Wraiths are the blitzers on the Necro team. Gets a push out of this. So these Wraiths, they have sidestep, you can see here. And sidestep means instead of getting pushed backwards, they can go into any adjacent open space, including forward. And it's going to be Chime that decides what that space is. So very, very annoying pieces with foul appearance and that sidestep. They can be a real nuisance. Sure, yeah. The Wolves are the natural pieces that you want to be blitzing with. But in terms of game nomenclature, these Wraiths are the blitzers. They have the block skill. You can see they have that yellow ring around them. But yes, fair point. Turn 2 for Conspicuous Disunion. Big gap on the left side of the offensive line here. I think... Oh, double skulls. Had to spend a reroll here. Gets the knockdown. I think if there's no objections, I'm going to turn on red and blue. Pink and purple is a little too close, I think. Gets the knockdown here. He got the he felt good. He's got the new threads. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling this. Gets the knockdown on the Griffin, or gets the removal on the Griffin Prince. One-man player advantage now for Conspicuous Disunion. Conspicuous Disunion now in the blue. Gastonburg Cavaliers in the red. Minute 5 seconds to go here in the turn. Ball's currently on the Cavaliers' 8-yard line. Double skulls again! Rerolls this into a push. Conspicuous Disunion down to 1 reroll for the half. I think you should take the hint from Nuffle. He says, nah, I'm going to push my luck. Gets a pal here against the number 4 Dwarf Blitzer. They're not only AV10+, but they're Dwarves, so they have thick skulls as well. Hard to get them off the pitch, but a knockdown's always valuable because they only have that 5 MA, so they have 2 effective points of movement when they're prone. And now a 2-die against the star player, Ivar Eriksson, but only gets a push out of this. Not going to swing that werewolf around the left. Going to take a 1-die on the treatment instead. Gets the pal. 8+ breaks armor here. Boy, the armor break on the treatment got a stun out of it. Well done. Going after that treatment, gets a stun. We'll see if that treatment will ever stand up again. Now the other wolf's going to take a mark on the left side of the line here. Turn 3 for the Cavaliers. Offense trying to spread out here, but their line's still pretty much intact. Trying to find a way to get around this team. It's going to be tricky. They're gonna. I think they're gonna have to target a knockdown and just put a cleat in someone's face at some point here. They're gonna have to be very mindful of the center being prone. That Treeman with that strength 6 not holding down center pitch. Yeah, so it's not safe, especially with all these marks. First order of business here for the Cavaliers is going to be to move that unsafe ball over to the right wide zone and get some protection on it. Two-die block gets a both standing result out of this against Cosgood Creeps. $40 to go. Repositions number 3. 3 fingers on the blitz. Gets a push against the Witch Doctor. This is the kicker. Doesn't follow up. Has some more movement here with the blitzer to try to reposition to keep the ball safe. Puts it right in front of the ball carrier. Eight seconds to go here in turn number 3. It's always a little scary when you're down to 1 reroll. You really want that reroll to count for something. You don't want to spend it on something superfluous. And that means you have to be really on point with your action order, but your opponent, of course, knowing that, is going to try to put you into situations where you've got to roll dice when you don't want to roll dice. So you can often have some real tough decisions to make. Cavaliers back on the bonus clock. They have a little over 5 minutes to go here. Still have their apothecary as well. 1-die block against Big Bob Oakley. He's got to get the knockdown here. Oh, no, he's not. He's got dodge. Look at this guy showing off. Come on, man. Calisthenics at a time like this. You should already be prepared for this game, Ivar. Or are you just showing off? Are you like an American gladiator? I guess they're not American gladiators anymore. The only gladiators are the British ones, right? Oh, no. There's the Australian ones, too. Dodge off the line to get some protection on the left side for the ball carrier. Turn 3 now for Conspicuous Disunion. Taking a mark on that catcher, covering the right side of the ball carrier. These catchers only have a strength of 2. Both teams with a bench. Will we see some fouling? I would think the Cavaliers would be more inclined to foul. But so far, they want to keep players on the pitch. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on the catcher. Double skull spend the final reroll. Can he get something out of this? Just gets the knockdown, no armor break. I was going to say, now he's got to be reconsidering dodging away, but he does so anyway. He realizes the value of the werewolf. No more rerolls for Conspicuous Disunion. Again, a way to think about that. The example we often use is think about a coin flip. If you want heads on a coin flip, it's 50-50, right? Half the time you'll get, on average, half the time you'll get heads, and half the time you won't. But if you can flip that coin twice, and you only need heads on one of them, well, you've gone from a 50% chance of success to a 75% chance of success. That's a huge difference when you have two options. When you have 6 options, the differences are less, but not by much, right? We're not talking about a million options. Just 6 options mean that your odds are changing significantly when you're allowed a reroll. So it's very important to have those rerolls and to spend them wisely. Turn 4 now for the Cavaliers. Ivar Eriksson activating. 2-die block against Cosgood Creeps. Gets the knockdown here. Wants that 9+. Got the 9+. Gets a KO. Very well done. And now 10v10 on the pitch. Good removal of one of those wraiths. We'll see if it sticks for the second half. Remember the Conspicuous Disunion, they're the favorite team. So the inducements are all on the side of the OWA team. That doesn't mean the favorite team can't pick up inducements. They can spend money out of their treasury to pick up inducements, as we saw earlier this week with the Vesuvian Lavabacks versus Remnants of Valor. But if you do that as the favorite team... So the point of the petty cash is to level out the playing field, right? So if you are the favorite team and you buy inducements, whatever that amount is you bought, that's extra petty cash that's going to go to your opponent. So you can pick up inducements as the favored team. You're just you're giving that money back to your opponent. Good stand up here. So the order of operations here for the treatment here. Remember, when they're knocked down, they've got to roll to stand up. But before they activate, they also got to roll to take root. So they're going to roll to take root first. If they get through that, then they'll roll to stand up. Good knockdown over on the left side here. And the Cavaliers on the blitz. Back up to a one-man player advantage. Move cheering for the offense. Ball currently on the Cavaliers' own 10-yard line. 2-die block against the Flesh Golem. They'll get the knockdown here. The Flesh Golem probably going to stand firm. He might want to get away from the trolls. No, he'll stay put. He'll stay put and mark all 3 of these players. Did I say trolls? I'm so sorry, dwarves. I'm so sorry, dwarves. I didn't mean it. Oh, Kevin Bacon's going to kill me. Turn 4 for Conspicuous Disunion. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. Tark79 says, yes, but sometimes you can deny the other team a brutal star player by spending the cash as the overdog. Fair point. So what Tarek is referring to here is you can't have the same person on the pitch twice. He's one person. So if the favorite team picks up a star player, then the underdog will not be fielding that star player. Speciesist. Oh, I'm so excited to play Death Stranding 2. I'm so excited! Two-dive blitz over in the left wide zone. Gets a pal here. Again, this is going to be an 8+. It's always an 8+ with the werewolf. And there's the removal. Very well done. These werewolves are going to be a blight upon this team unless the Cavaliers can get a handle on them. And now it's all tied up again on the pitch, 9v9. Claude! But Claude as in long nails, not Claude as in a gentleman's name. Spire said someone overdogged Morgan in the playoffs last year. Did they? I totally forgot that. Second quarter begins here for the Cavaliers. They're going to get started with what looks to be a block with Ivar Eriksson. Nope, so he's going to use his once per game here. It's a rating party here. So you choose a teammate, and then that teammate can move a space. But when they move, they have to end up marking someone. So that's the once per game spent. That's called rating party. Has opened up center pitch here, but move that treatment over to the right. This means, this doesn't necessarily mean he wants to move down center pitch. He might end up moving to the right. We'll see what happens if he's going to try to take these guys out of the drive by marking them on the other side. Yeah, shifting the ball to the right here, still staying on the 10. Jean-Claude Van Damme. It just sounds like an accusation. Did you hear? Did you hear Jean-Claude Van Damme? What? No way. No, I knew Jean never clipped his nails. I knew it was going to happen. 3-die block gets number 4 here with the Treeman. Gets a knockdown. Mighty Blow is going to be an 8+ breaks armor. No armor break, though. 15 seconds left on the clock for the Cavaliers. Still keeping their offense in check. Have removed a couple of players, but have had a couple of players removed themselves. No pressure on the ball yet. They've been able to keep the line together, but now getting a little thin here, and they're up against a speedier team, so they need to be careful. Here comes the blitz. 2-die blitz on Captain Cutler. Gets a push out of this, and that Captain Cutler, I believe, is just going to stay right where he is. No, he decides not to. He's going to get pushed back. Not going to stand firm. Going to try to get out from under the assists on the tree. Oh, he did stand firm. I was like, why is he... why does he want to get out of here? Look at him. Look at him showing off to the cheerleader. Felix Evil Eye. She's busy working. Leave her alone, man. Turn 5 for Conspicuous Disunion. So only fielding one of their ghoul runners here on defense. These guys in purple and green, these are the 3 pieces to watch out for. They're the fastest pieces on the pitch here this evening, along with the human blitzers. One die blitz on the Treeman, gets the POW. Again, it's going to be 8+ to break armor. There's another armor break. Gets a stun out of it once more. Really trying to get that Treeman off the pitch. AV 11+ is so difficult to break. But when you've got claw, I guess you're digging into the bark. That'll be the turn. All right, turn 6 now for the Cavaliers. So Conspicuous Disunion just trying to stay ahead of this ball right now. Catcher currently next to the thrower. Catcher's very, very fast. The problem with having these two pieces next to each other like this is you want to... Typically, if you have your... let's use letters. If you have your thrower, right, you want to have some sort of middle guy, right? You want to have like a running back here or something. And then you have your receiver, your catcher. That way you can get the full movement of the thrower, full movement of this guy, and then move. Even if you don't have that running back, if you have your thrower and, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, something like this, you have a catcher here, then you can at least get the full movement of the thrower and then the full movement of the catcher. When they're grouped up like this, you're not getting any movement out of the thrower. You're only getting the movement of the catcher. 2-die block over on the left side here. Going after the number 2 Flesh Golem's. Going to get the knockdown. No armor break, though. Doom! Something else is coming out this week that I'm super excited about. I think it's System Shock 2 remake. System Shock 2 remake and the Front Mission 3 remake. Here we go. Here's a foul with 4 assists. Gets 3 assists. Sorry, Flesh Golem doesn't play for this team. Doesn't get anything out of it other than a stun, but does not get called off the pitch. Turn 6 now for Conspicuous Disunion. Front Mission, I love Front Mission, man. Front Mission is a classic series of, it's a tactical RPG game with robots, with giant robots. So they've remade 1 and 2, and now they're remaking 3. 3 was the first one on the original PlayStation. And that game came out around the time, like I was in school, I was learning Japanese, and it came out around that time. So I have a lot of fond memories of Front Mission 3. Minute 5 to go here for Conspicuous Disunion. Still staying ahead of the ball. They're getting a couple of players picked off here. Eagle TSI doing a pretty good job of trying to get an advantage on the pitch here, but Conspicuous Disunion continuing to stay in front of this ball. Eagle TSI has a couple of removals, but also has been trying to pick off a couple pieces. Has been doing a pretty good job of it here, but now here's the blitz on the ball carrier. 1-die blitz, got the PAL on the human thrower, broke armor. Oh boy, devastating armor break here for Conspicuous Disunion. Thrower will stay on the pitch, but might be out of the drive. Big Bob Oakley on the blitz. Ball's going to bounce one space to the right. It's going to remain on the Gastonburg Cavaliers' own 8-yard line. Turn 7 now for the Cavaliers. So now they got to get rid of this werewolf. The catcher is marked, but does have a free reroll with the dodge skill. And they're going to have to pick this ball up with their team reroll. The treeman's gonna just hang out on the ground. So he didn't get timber there, even though he had a friendly, but the friendly was marked, so it's not. It's just like an assist, except guard doesn't proc for it. Two-die blitz on that werewolf is going to get a push out of this. So we'll push the werewolf off the ball. This frees up the 3+ pickup for the catcher. It's going to be a 3+ dodge as well. Dodge has a free reroll. The pickup does not have a free reroll. Catch only applies for catching the ball on a handoff or a pass, not for picking it up off the ground. Got to end this turn in scoring position. I don't know how they're going to keep this safe. Maybe just run it up here and just pray? I don't know. 3+ dodge works out. 3+ pickup works out. Yeah, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Another 3+ dodge to a 2+ rush. So the ball crosses the line of scrimmage for the first time this game to the opposing 6-yard line. Is he going to 1-die block this zombie? Or is he going to blitz with Ivar? So Ivar has a 3+ dodge. Gastonburg Cavaliers now under 3 minutes on the bonus clock. They still have 1 reroll remaining. And they are in scoring position. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rush. They are just barely there. So they need this human catcher to not get pushed back a space. Didn't re-roll that. So I think this human catcher is gonna eat a werewolf's fist right to the face. I guess if you're gonna eat it, it's naturally gonna be in your face, right? Yeah, here we go. 2-die blitz. That's enough. We'll get the knockdown here. Breaks armor. I don't know why I said he breaks armor before the die was even rolled. Doesn't break armor. It's going to cover the ball with the werewolf. So it looks like Conspicuous Disunion is going to do it here. Halfling's not on the pitch, right? Yeah. And running the other werewolf away to safety. Conspicuous Disunion has done their job on defense. They've stopped the score. They'll be on offense to start the second half of this game in a few turns here. Oh, wait. It's turn 7. They're going to try to score if they can. Turn 8 for the Cavaliers. So now the Cavaliers were on offense, and now they've got to pivot to defense. And they've got to try to find a way to either stop Big Bob Oakley or... I think Big Bob Oakley's the target, but I don't know how they get there. Two-die block against Captain Cutler. They're going to get a knockdown. Yeah, I don't know how they stop this other than praying to Nuffle. Conspicuous Disunion doesn't have any rerolls remaining. Maybe they just double rush and pray? Gonna take a mark on Zombie Zeke Jr. Maybe they stand up and rush the treeman? Yeah, Spire says tree blitz. Yeah, maybe they stand up and rush that treeman. No, it's going to be a blitz on Zombie Zeke Jr. Interesting. So going for the blitz on the zombie. I guess doesn't follow up here and we'll mark the wolf. 2 rushes to get right in front of the wolf. So there's the mark on the wolf. Could still rush the treeman, I suppose, to take a mark on the ball carrier. Oh, but tried to dodge away the catcher. That will be a turnover. Turn 8 for Conspicuous Disunion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can do it. Here's the blitz. Gets a... Oh, no! Oh, I thought he had the ball. I don't know why I'm so spaced out. I know why. I want to play Death Stranding 2. Here's the handoff. 3+ handoff to the Wolf. That works out. Well done by Conspicuous Disunion. They're going to get on the board 1-0. And they will have this ball in the second half. Very, very well played. So Conspicuous Disunion takes the lead in turn 8. They were on defense. They're now going to be on offense. They're in a great spot. You're always in a great spot when you're in the lead and you get the ball in the second half because you have lots of options. Spire says dual blodge wolves are just obscene. They are. They are indeed. I think it's going to be 11v10, right? No, it's going to be 11v11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So the Cavaliers set up their defense. Cindy Pie Whistle taking to the pitch now. Cindy is a bombardier. She's got bombs that she's going to chuck at the opponents. And I mean, they're bombs. They could be pretty devastating. So right now, Cindy is positioned in short pass range to get to this opposite line. One more space forward will put her into quick pass range. But she does have accurate, and she probably doesn't want to be too far up. You really want to protect her and get your money's worth out of her, because she is frail. AV7, she's stunty, strength of 2. Electric Space says, what? She has pies, sir. Fine ballistic pastries. Ivar currently on the line for the defense here. He's the nose guard as it stands. Trying to keep that Treeman free to reposition, but the Treemans are very, very slow. They only have an MA of 2. So even if you keep them free, it can be very hard for them to get into a drive. So setting up in a type of anchor, I'm going to call that a 3-3-4. And now Conspicuous Disunion to set up their offense. So they have the 2 flesh columns with the strength of 4. They can go toe-to-toe with Ivar, of course. They have the zombie of Mr. Hyde Jr. on the line as the center. Evil Eye, the number 13 Ghoul Runner, is a blodger. It's back to receive. With no tackle on the opposing team other than Ivar himself, that means a POW is the only thing that's going to be able to knock down this this blodger. These werewolves are also great ball carriers as well, and both of them are blodgers. Werewolves are going to be played forward in either wide zone. They're going to be looking for those blitzes and trying to remove players. Here's the kick. Here on the solid defense roll to reposition if he so desires. Very shallow kick to the lineman. I think Chad's going to hope that lineman has not learned to catch the ball. Going to reposition 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Treeman, the Dwarf Blitzer, And two, I'm sorry, human blitzer and a regular human lineman. Treeman's going to go up to the line on the left side. Human lineman will go up to the line on the right side. The blitzer will be set up right behind that lineman on the right side of the line. Turn 8, so setting up a little bit of a wall here. The lineman indeed did not learn to catch the ball, but it's not going to be a touchback. That ball will bounce to the 4. Griff in the picture-in-picture is unamused. Why are you kicking the camera? Do you know how expensive those are? Somebody sanction her. Minute 17 to go here in the first turn of the second half. Conspicuous Disunion sets up a cage around the ball and a 2-die block to get things started. It's going to be a push against the number 8 rookie lineman. Deacon Creeper Carlswell on the block. 2-die block once again, this time on the left side of the defensive line. We'll get a knockdown. And now the block on Ivar Eriksson. Gets a knockdown here as well. Takes a mark on the treeman. Has freed up Cosgood Creeps to reposition over in the left wide zone. Takes a mark on this treeman. That's just the 2 assists. It's 3 assists now on the treeman. The Wraith is marked by the blitzer. All right, so here's the blitz into a push against the treeman. We'll have to follow up here unless he re-rolls the dice. Frenzy requires you to follow up and take another block. He's going to use a team reroll. Let's keep this 2-die. Got a pow out of it again. Looking for the 8+ on the treeman. I love that so much. No armor break this time. Three plus pickup works out in the hands of the Black Knight, Mr. Wickles. So the Werewolves are very fast. Our MA8, the only other MA8 piece is this catcher on the opposing team. Uh-oh. Sydney Pie Whistle's got to get the party started. So she's going to chuck a bomb targeting this werewolf. So you do get a chance to intercept, and if you successfully intercept, you must throw the ball. Mr. Wickles. Mr. Wickles is going to chuck this ball right back at the opposing team. We're waiting for the interception attempt. Whenever there's a long delay, I get afraid that the game has crashed. I really hope that's not the case. No, it's not. The clock's still ticking down. All right. Still waiting on the pass interference roll. Looks like something's going on. The game is paused here by Chime. So as it stands, we're waiting on the pass interference roll by Eagle TSI. Oh, I see, yeah. And now Eagle TSI is pausing. I really hope this isn't a problem. Maybe the two coaches are talking to each other to kind of work through the logistics of how this works in Blood Bowl 3. Down to 30 seconds on the clock here. I'm going to check in and see if everything's okay. Clock winding down. Cavaliers are about to eat into their bonus clock. Oh, no, it is locked up? Oh. Oh my goodness. What is happening right now? I don't know what's going on. So I think somebody Alt F4 out or disconnected, and we're waiting for the reconnection. But I don't know what that clock at the bottom is. It's the final countdown. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, I see. It's the pause clock. Okay. So it looks like our coaches have encountered a bug. That's unfortunate. I wish these were labeled. I mean, why not? If you're gonna put two clocks on the screen, please label them. Oh man. All right, so we're back into the game. Cavaliers still on the bonus clock. There we go. Oh, that was scary. Wait, did he catch it? No. All right, after all that hullabaloo, 3 players get knocked down here. Ivar Eriksson, Cuthbert Kralls, and then Hughes, the #1 rookie lineman for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers with just a minute 50 seconds on the bonus clock remaining. Not having the clock labeled feels like not labeling these numbers. Just putting 63349 on the screen. Two-die block against the #2 flesh golem here. Gets a push, but this will probably be a stand firm. The #8 lineman on the block. Minute 6 left on the clock for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers stand up Ivar Eriksson. They have just 45 seconds left on the bonus clock for the game. Reposition the catcher forward on the line. That they still have their blitz. Might try to blitz down the dirty player on the right side. No, they're just going to take the one-die block instead. They're going to get a push out of this. Unfortunate for the Cavaliers that they've lost so much time on the bonus clock here due to a bug. They're going to take a blitz on the ball carrier, spend the re-roll to get a both standing result out of this. That's going to be the end of the turn. Ooh! Barely gets the tree activation out of it, and now Conspicuous Disunion, turn 10. No more time on the bonus clock for the Cavaliers. Minute 20 seconds in the turn for Conspicuous Disunion. They're trying to figure out how to keep this ball safe, still take their blocks, not get overly aggressive, not give the opponent an opportunity to take a block maybe on the cage to open up that cage and get some more dice on the ball carrier. Three plus dodge to a 2-die blitz by Big Bob Oakley. Gets the pal here, going after that human blitzer. Gets a stun out of it. Oh, that was just a lineman, excuse me. Going after the lineman. And then dodges away to take a mark on Cindy Pie Whistle. So the reason he's marking Cindy Pie Whistle here is if she moves, she can't throw that ball. And if she remains marked, she's going to get punched. Ball's going to shift over to the left wide zone. Crosses the line of scrimmage to the opposing 6. Conspicuous Disunion. They're up a touchdown. They don't really need to worry about scoring late in the half. If they could go up 2-0 at any point in this half, they're in really good position because now the opposing team, they have to get on the board twice. And in order to do that, they need to give the ball back to you once. And they've got to fight through your defense to do it the first time. And then stop you from scoring the second time, and then fight again the third time. So all that all eats up time on the clock. So if you can go up 2-0 in the second half, no matter when in the second half, you're in pretty good shape. 2-die on Big Bob Oakley here. Straight away on the blitz. It's going to get a dodge push out of this, but we'll push Big Bob Oakley off of Cindy Pie Whistle. Kind of rude of Big Bob Oakley to sneak up on her like that. All she wants to do is sell you some pies. She's part of the Girl. She's a den mother. I don't know if that's a thing. of the Girl Scouts of the old world. Just trying to sell pies. Make some money for her troop. Cindy Pie Whistle. So this all-you-can-eat skill, this allows her to throw a bomb twice in a turn. Great bomb on the ball carrier. All-you-can-eat once per game would allow her to throw 2 bombs back-to-back, but then she'd have to immediately roll to see if she is called off the pitch. Chucking 1 bomb, the ref doesn't see that until the end of the drive. Chucking 2, the ref is wise to you. Stun that werewolf ball carrier here. Knock the ball to the 8-yard line. I don't know if they're going to be able to capitalize on this, however. Two-die block back at the line of scrimmage. Gets a pal here. The zombie of Mr. Hyde Jr. It's going to be knocked to the ground. Food Polish said, I guess it was too much to hope to catch 2 bombs. I'm surprised the ball carrier can catch the bomb. I mean, you really want both arms, right, on that ball. You want to keep that ball safe. But, you know, it takes some true skill to just one-arm the ball, catch the bomb, and chuck the bomb back. Three-plus pickup. Fails the 3+ pickup. Conspicuous Disunion will re-roll this. They've recovered the ball, and there they go. They are 2 spaces, well, potentially 2 spaces away That is not even the right... That's that English not is. It's 3 spaces away from the end zone. Has 2 rushes remaining with their movement, but I don't think they're going to risk rolling dice there. Might risk rolling dice with number 13, however. There's that 3+. Takes another mark on Cindy. Also, oh, here's the blitz. Also marking that thrower breaks armor on Cindy. Got the removal. Very well done. Doesn't have to worry about Cindy probably for the rest of the game at this point. So Cindy's been off the knocked out. She's off the pitch. And the only way she's going to come back onto the pitch is if Eagle TSI can successfully argue with the ref that Cindy should not be called off at the beginning of the next drive. 2-die block back at the line of scrimmage. Gets a pal. Good positioning here by Conspicuous Disunion as well to keep this ball safe, not by having a protective unit around the ball, but by getting between the defense and the ball carrier, and continue to take blocks in this way. Ends the turn on a turnover. Turn 11 back to the Cavaliers. I've never known anyone to hate tasty pastries so much. Ivar Eriksson with the double pals against Cosgood Creeps. Two-die blitz by very long legs. I doubt it. I don't believe you, Kovis. I'm not calling you a liar. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know if very long means to you what it means to everyone else. Good stun here against number 13. Can't really force this score in, and even if they get close, then Conspicuous Disunion will just get that ball into the end zone. 2-die block against Big Bob Oakley. Looking to remove a werewolf. Only gets a push out of this. I love the halfling cheerleaders so much. Good mark on the ball carrier here with double rushes by the catcher. They're the very best. Stands up the treeman. Tried to... Of all the people to fail their dodge, of course it's the halfling. Halfling fails to dodge, had a free reroll there, ends up stunned. Ball carrier currently marked. It is currently a 2-die block, or 2-die blitz, I should say. By the ball carrier against this catcher. Moop says, I love the halfling trip animation. I do too. Here it is, 2-die blitz. 2-die blitz to maybe score. He might... No, I think he'll score. 2-die blitz, got the pal. Just needed a push. So if this is a armor break, which it's not, he's just going to go to the end zone. Well done, 2-0. Conspicuous Disunion increases their lead. Very well played. It can't be healthy to touch that ball. It just can't be. Can Cindy make it back onto the pitch? Can Eagle TSI successfully speak to the ref? Listen, ref, listen to reason. No. Tried to argue with the ref, and the ref's like, Cindy's out of here, and so are you. Eagle TSI has been ejected from the game. Could no longer argue the call. It gets a -1 to the brilliant coaching result as well. Yeah, just a smidge radioactive. Nothing to worry about. If this were the 1950s, nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. Paint your teeth with the glowing stuff. It's fine. Seven. Ow. Seven. What did I just do? Ow. 7 on the line for the defense. Once again, giving up those wide zones. And now the Cavaliers to set up their offense. Six on the line currently. They're pretty spread out. Now 7 on the line for the Cavaliers. 2 back to receive once more. They are up against that kicker, the witch doctor. And now 8 on the line. Spreading the kickoff receivers out into either wide zone. Here's the kick. So almost certainly be a deep kick, unless Conspicuous Disunion thinks they can grab this ball again. Another D3 on the solid defense. So can reposition all 4 of these players in the secondary if they wish. Right into this sideline, or right into the wide zone, and start applying some pressure here. So the catcher can get in. Remember, it's MA8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Right, so lots of movement here. 4, 8. This is where they can go without rushing. My square is impeccable. So Conspicuous Disunion, they're not going to load the left sideline, I don't think. But they may just send a player or 2 over there to apply some pressure, to force these players to pull in. There's so many players on the line here that they're going to need, they as in the Cavaliers, are going to need to block down some players to free up others in order to get some security on the ball. Conspicuous Disunion with 30 seconds left to try to decide what to do with their solid defense kickoff event. So they only have 4 to activate. Solid defense lets you reposition up to D3 plus 3 players that are open, but they only have 4 open players. So they are going to stack the left side. So they put 2 on the left side, 3 now on the left. 4 on the left. They've stacked the left. Turn 12 for the Cavaliers. So applying heavy pressure here, forcing the Cavaliers to try to protect this ball with just the 1 reroll remaining. Here's that my God. Lightning speed catcher. Gets in front of the ball. Now 2-die block over on the right side. It's going to get the knockdown against Cosgood Creeps. Ivar Eriksson on the block here. This works out due to the block skill. Gets a knockdown and a stun. Pretty decent stun against this Flesh Golem. I don't know if the Cavaliers are going to be able to capitalize on that due to the positioning of the ball and where all the speed players are. But a 3-die block against the Treeman. Against the Treeman? By the Treeman. Gets a push out of this. Boopella says, I'll be honest, I forgot it was defense. I forget things all the time. Push on the block here against Sea Beast. This is the dirty player on the line for the defense. Dirty player is Mighty Blow for fouling. You get a +1 to your armor or your injury roll. Very surprised we haven't seen more fouls out of the Cavaliers. But I haven't seen a lot of OWA play. Maybe fouling's not the tactic OWA coaches prefer. I feel like it's so hard to get through this opposing team otherwise. Turn 13 now for Conspicuous Disunion. It's the final quarter of this game. They're up 2-0. In pretty good shape right here. Probably looking for some more SPP. They're gonna fight for this ball, try to make the score 3-0. Takes a mark on the ball. Failed the rush, spent the reroll, and now Conspicuous Disunion with no rerolls remaining. 2-die blitz against Bad Penny. Gets a dodge. Gets a knockdown due to tackle. And we'll try to pick the ball up. 3+ doesn't work out. That's a turnover. The ball's going to kick out of that left wide zone. Remains on the 10. Turn 13 for the Cavaliers. The halfling takes a mark on the ball. And a werewolf and a ghoul. He is unafraid. He is Daredevil after all. 3-die block by the Treeman. Gets the knockdown. Mighty Blow makes this an 8+. There's the armor break. 2 SPP for the tree. Put it on the roster. Regen works out. Still gets the 2 SPP. Regen is so great. When you're a regen team and you're like, hey, I didn't actually lose a guy. Isn't that great? 50-50 on whether that casualty sticks or not. I mean, it's awesome. Not only that, but you get free zombies every now and again. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on the wolf. Gets a push out of this because he wants to frenzy follow-up. Oh, he doesn't have frenzy. But we'll clear that werewolf off the ball. Old Gamer Mike, welcome to the stream. Old Gamer Mike says no more. No morgue. He picked up Ivar, Cindy, a couple of kegs. I think a couple of coaches as well. One die block on the line works out. 3 fingers on the block. Boy, the Cavaliers are under intense pressure. Did they not stand up the catcher? I guess they don't want to put the catcher at risk. Kicker takes a mark on the ball. That's also an assist for the werewolf, or perhaps the ghoul. Gets the knockdown here. Chain blocks the halfling off the ball. Very well done. The ball's now been cleared on that one blitz. Might try to pick this ball up with the Ghoul Runner to get some SPP on Evil Eye. Looks like that's exactly going to be the plan. Spire says he's running over time every turn without time bank. He seems to be missing moves. I see. Two-die block on the right side of the line. Gets push. Taking the blocks before going for the 3+ pickup. There's the 3+ pickup. Works out. Easy peasy. You can double rush this ball into the end zone. If Conspicuous Disunion wants to rush, or wants to risk 2 rushes on their AV8 player. There's one, there's 2. He did it. 3-0 the score. Well done. These touchdowns not only guaranteeing a win in this matchup, but these count for your standing, right? It's league points are the first tiebreaker, then who beat whom, and then your TD differential. If you score many more touchdowns than your opponent has scored on the leaderboard, you will be ranked higher than them. Provided you have more league points. Conspicuous Disunion to set up on defense yet again here. They'll have 11 on the line once more, and now they're going to screen out the Cavaliers. 6 on the line for Conspicuous Disunion. It's going to be 8 on the line for the Cavaliers. They're going to keep the same formation. Here's the kick. Once again, a shallow kick. The Cavaliers, despite Eagle TSI being called off the pitch, will win that assistant coaching kickoff event. They're going to earn an extra reroll. They have 2 rerolls remaining for the game. 3 turns to get on the board. 2-die block against Cosgood Creeps. Looks like he might be trying to pick up the ball with the thrower, so he's going to take the blocks on the line first. Ammon Breyer, welcome to the stream. Ammon Breyer rooting for this Necro defense. 2-die Captain Cutler gets a pal. Big 10+ with break armor here. Got the armor break. Oh! You want to score touchdowns? Oh! Want to score touchdowns? Fine, I'm going to murder your pieces. Broke armor on the flesh golem, and the flesh golem did not regenerate. And now 3-die by the Treeman is going to get a knockdown. 8+ breaks armor on the zombie of Mr. Hyde Jr. Here's the 3+ pickup with the free reroll. Doesn't succeed on the pickup. Had sure hands, but not sure enough. That ball's gonna... You can see Eagle TSI in the picture. And picture's like, come on. Come on. Zolinar, we've been practicing all week for this. Conspicuous Disunion. They're going to send Evil Eye down pitch to try to score again. Are you sure he had hands? It often, in my opinion anyway, it often feels even worse when you have a free reroll as opposed to using a team reroll, even though it's strictly better, because you had no agency in it, right? It's like, I have the free reroll, of course I'm going to use it, and then it still didn't work out. Whereas if If you spent the team reroll, it feels like you made a decision there. Nuffle did not favor him this game. That is very true. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's never Nuffle's fault. Sometimes you didn't pray hard enough to Nuffle. That's what it is. Sometimes you spend all week working on plays and catching the ball and running hills and hitting the sled, and you don't spend enough time at your altar to Nuffle. Electric Man says, I'm starting to think picking up the ball fails 900% of the time. It does if you're Tomb Kings. 25 seconds to go for Conspicuous Disunion. No rerolls remaining. Here they go. 3+ rush, 2+. Oh no! Oh, this is what your greed gets you. A dead werewolf. Oh, and he's dead. Tried to position to score again. 3+ to the rush. Rush blitz failed the rush. And that's a dead wolf who did not regen. Oh. Oh, I'm sure Chime doesn't find this as funny as I do. Old gamer Mike Ironson, thank you very much for the bits. Oh man. Whew. Bootbot says, hey man, look, I lost a lot of bloat. I had a werewolf who had all the skills I could ever want. now I don't need to worry about it. Oh, 2-die blitz over on the right side gets a push. Here comes that werewolf. He's straight. Oh, never mind. He's rushing. Rushing never works. Oh man, the catcher's gonna run downfield to just be safe, maybe even score. He was running too hard. 3+ pickup by the thrower. This time works out. Gets this ball downfield. Well done to the opposing 6-yard line. It's gonna pass this on the quick pass. Quick pass doesn't work out, but that ball probably in a better spot here. So it bounces one space forward to the 14. Turn 16 for Conspicuous Disunion. Werewolf cannot get onto the ball. 2-die block by Evil Eye. Gets a pal. Cleffy says, never works, but rarely actually kills you. Oh, wait. What happened to my bull centaur the very first time it was rushing? Tripped and wound up permanently injured. Ah, yes, good times. Good times indeed. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Taking some marks here. I don't think he's going to be able to really make anything happen on the ball. So 2-die blitz on the number 7 human lineman. He'll get a knockdown. Looking for an 8+, but doesn't get it. He can mark with double rushes. I don't know if he wants to risk it again. He does. Double rushes with the other werewolf. So now a 4+ pickup with the catcher. But I think this is going to be a blitz instead. So it'll be a 2-die blitz with the thrower, I think, to get the werewolf off the ball. And then it's going to be a 3+ pickup to score. Replays, of course, says that death already compensates for the value of the entrance fee. Here it is, 2-die blitz by the thrower. Got the POW. Can he get a 9+ here and get some extra SPP out of this? Doesn't get the armor break. 3+, and it will no longer be a shutout. Failed the roll. Has a reroll. There it is. Well done by Eagle TSI to get on the board at the end of the game here. The final here is going to be 3-1. All that work, and it's just a 2-touchdown ball game. Very well done here by Eagle TSI at the end of the game. And we get a cheerleader. Hooray! Very nice score by Eagle TSI. Hey! Oh, what a fun game. Whew. Why is the clock still ticking down? What is happening right now? I'm gonna keep it on the screen. I want to see what happens. What is going on? The end game music is playing. Oh, this is it? This is just all we get? It stays here forever? Alright, well, go over the standings. It looks like, for whatever reason, the standings have not been updated. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Never mind. I know what it is. I have a whitelist for my administration tools. And my power went out yesterday, and I have not updated the whitelist. Okay, well, Conspicuous Disunion is 3-0-0. So we'll just trust me on that. I'll have to fix that right after this game. All right, let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. Oh, I've got 2 minutes before my meeting. Oh, I gotta do this quick. All right, coming up next, this Thursday, June 26th, starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. We're going to have a double header for you, starting with the Purple People Eaters versus the Fishy Fiends, Sano versus Ajax. I don't remember what those teams are. Let me look it up. Purple People Eaters, Chaos Chosen versus Chaos Renegades. And then at 9 o'clock p.m., right after that first game, we'll have our second game of the doubleheader. It's my favorite team versus the Department of Redundancy, Electrics Man versus Todari. And that's going to be Black Orcs versus Humans. So we have those for you this Thursday. 2 more games left to be scheduled this week. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl. It's a lot of fun. I've got a meeting. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, Xbox, and a 10 platform at your friendly local game store. Until Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everybody. And enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening. I'm off to my meeting. See you later.